What's up, gamers? We are back with more Starfield. I am so excited to get back into this game and get right back into the main story. As you may recall, where we left things off, we found the Pilgrim's Rest, the final resting place of the Pilgrim who, allegedly, like hundreds of years ago, paid visits to all the three major religions in the settled systems, giving them knowledge that somehow like stuck around in like whispers to this point, and it was enough to lead me to a planet where the Pilgrim was residing at one time, and we read through the Pilgrim's journals, and he had some interesting things to say, mostly just his frustration with humans and his sort of his journey trying to seek some sort of enlightenment in regards to the unity. But his final entry, I'm looking at the wrong quest right now, but his final entry led me to believe that I needed to come to this planet, Gila 2. On Gila 2, the island hides the scorpion, and the scorpion sting hides the truth. You see how that's in quotes, because that was a direct quote from the final entry in his journal. On Hila 2, the island hides the scorpion, and the scorpion's sting hides the truth. So we're here, Hila 2, right where I left off the last video, and I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get down to that planet's surface, check out this temple, these ancient ruins, excuse me, and see if we can get stung by a scorpion, I guess? I don't know. We'll see, though.
Landing site is clear. Let's head down.
Interesting. So I'm immediately not seeing an alien temple, which I thought might be what we see. I do see what looks like a strange void over this way. Like a giant hole in the ground, maybe? So that's certainly interesting. For once, I'm going to remember, I made it a big point when I was designing the ship to include a captain's quarters so that I had a bed. And it's been a while since I've done this, but let's do a quick sleep. In fact, now that I think about it, I'd really like to explore this during the day. So let's have a real nice long sleep. Let's see, it's 6:16 p.m., so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll do 7:16 in the morning. Should do the trick. Ho hum, ho hum. I think I mathed that right. I mean, I counted. So one should hope so. Learned how to count a long, long time ago in my life. Yeah, perfect. 7:16. Alright, so we get an autosave, we got the rested buff, which is going to give us more experience points. And most importantly, we've got daylight, question mark? At least the beginnings of daylight to explore this with. It looks like the, whatever we're looking for is in this general direction. Find the scorpion sting on Hila 2, Ancient Ruins. 500 meters that way, so quite a ways away. Started us off at a bit of a distance, which is fine. Give me an opportunity to get some scan data. Y'all know how I love to survey every planet I come across, if I can. Lots of critters here. Decently high level too. I'm definitely like getting caught up with being the right level for the quests I'm doing, as far as the main story is concerned at least. One of these many critters has decided that I'm their next meal. Didn't have to be this way, guys. I meant you no harm, I just wanted to scan. Scan doesn't hurt you. You brought on all this violence yourself. Don't trust you. Don't trust your whole species anymore. And you got no one to blame but yourself. These little ground beetles are always the hardest, like, fauna to get on any planet, but pretty much every planet has a little ground beetle species of some variety. And they are the worst. I knew that thing would come at me. That's why I started aiming early. Looks like the attack crickets that I see all over the place. I wanted to go check out that big hole that I saw from my ship, but I went in totally the wrong direction for that. Oh, look at this. This is really interesting. It's a lake. So I guess the hole was a lake, maybe. Or a river going and feeding into this lake. Gosh, how can I get it to... There we go. On Hilla 2... The island hides the scorpion, and the scorpion's sting is the truth. Well, look, we got a what are they calling it? Ancient ruins on an island. That's where we gotta go to apparently find a scorpion. Not a big fan of needing the scorpion's sting. I have a feeling I'm about to have some sort of spiritual experience here. Ooh, I just got some achievement. I wonder what that was for. There's no real swimming mechanic in this game. They just sort of make you like... Oh god, this water's contaminated. Wasn't expecting that. I'm gonna get like a infection or something. It's Kara, bacteria in the water. We must avoid the planetary quarantine. Just a little Subnautica reference for you. Jeez, microbial contamination environment. Yeah, I get it. The water bad. Water bad. I didn't expect the water to be bad, or I would have taken a more efficient route to this island. Whew. Right, did we make it without any permanent damage? We seem to be good. Oh no, look at our health bar though. Presumably our our protective regen is going to take care of that for us. Am I seeing? It's a hunting Echeurodon. Suspiciously placed. Is that the scorpion? Like, should I let this thing attack me? I kind of feel like maybe I should. It's suspiciously like alone, standing right in front of this temple. Well, it seems scripted, right? Well, you can even see my like quest path goes directly for this creature. God, I was really hoping my protective regen would do something about my health. Is there something I can do to fix this? Guess I'll pop a med pack, see if that makes a difference. No. Huh. Swimming through that water has permanently cost me to lose like a third of my health bar, and I'm not sure how to do anything about that. It may be meaningless and just a coincidence, but I'm gonna allow this creature to attack me. Yeah, this is 1000% scripted. Look, it's leading me. This is cool. This is really cool. Yes, lead the way, Scorpion. Oh, I see you have some friends here. Don't mind if I just get a quick scan on you and your friends, do you? You seem pretty chill, which I appreciate. Alright, thank you, Scorpion. I'm gonna go get your sting now. Well, I'm gonna walk into this rune-looking thing floating in midair and see what happens. Okay, nothing happened. I'm gonna walk into this beam of light-looking thing. Let's see what happens. Okay, nothing happened. I'm gonna walk into this other thing. I'm gonna... I don't know, I've run out of ideas. Hello? Oh. Alright, devs, like... Everyone's gonna be aiming towards the center of this thing, not towards the sides. Like, come on. Come on. Clicking the activate button now and seeing what happens. Oh, okay. No, say no more, I get it. I get why it's like the way it is. I take back my criticism. I mean, right? We all assume that I need to get it into that thing, right? You don't think it wants me to, like, play connect the dots with this thing, right? That'd be weird. No, we're gonna keep pressing forward until it... Ooh, I'm actually, I'm a little stumped. It won't go any more forward into this, like, basin. Maybe it does want me to do this, but that'd be weird because, look. I mean, I can see where this is maybe like a scorpion stinger. Does it want me to get it to this big star at the end? I don't know. Time for some more experimenting, I guess. So, like... Whoops, I had it for a second there. It's like that, right? Oh, no, wait. One closer. Ha ha ha! Go to the last star of the Scorpius constellation. Okay, here goes nothing. Wow, look at this. Gorgeous. I think I'm misunderstanding. Let's have a read, shall we? The quote-unquote Scorpion of Hilla is actually a statue of the Scorpius constellation. The light is shining through the point representing the star of Oberon. Oh. Oh. Oberon Prime and Oberon Proxima. It seems we're going to Oberon Prime. The planet Oberum 3. Okay, sure. I do feel like the...
It can't be. You found me. I knew I made the right choice in letting you go.
Wow, the hunter. What do you mean?
Please. Did you think I couldn't have found you again? Extinguished that little spark of competition for the artifacts before it grew stronger? I wanted to see what you would do. And I haven't been disappointed.
Thank you, I think. I mean, I do feel some kind of way about the hunter. Like, this is the asshole that killed Sam, and we fittingly just, I think it was the last video, we had the memorial service for Sam. So that's still very fresh and raw for me, and, excuse me, for me. And I do feel like I want to take this guy down. But I also feel like has found some sort of respect for me. I don't quite understand it. But maybe if I say this, he'll actually give me more information than the vague crap he's been giving me so far. And I am just swimming in the dark at this point, flailing. It'd be good to get some more information. Oh boy, am I tempted to say this though. Ooh, this is actually a really hard decision for me. Yeah. Keeper Aquila sent me to find the true meaning of unity.
Now it's all starting to make sense.
Oh yeah?
You should come aboard. There's another Starborn here who is very interested in meeting you.
Come aboard.
I can speak for myself.
The emissary.
Constellation ship. You weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us. I will personally guarantee your safety as long as you come in peace.
And think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately want.
Wow. So I'm glad I chose that choice because it sounds like it may indeed be leading me to more answers, and I'm very interested in this emissary figure. I have no reason to trust the Starborn, any Starborn. And who's this second Starborn that's guaranteeing my safety?
Let's just say they're very dedicated to stopping me from getting the artifacts. So if you don't trust me, well, they're your next best bet.
Interesting.
I know your encounters with our kind have not been pleasant, but we are here to talk, and you deserve answers.
I like his attitude of you deserve answers very, very much. A ceasefire meeting? Are the Starborn at war?
Bad description, actually.
We'll explain when we meet. In person.
All right. So all these questions I'm asking over the comms, they're like, nah, you need to come on board, then we'll talk. I mean, I can say F you guys, but I think we all want some answers at this point. Fine, I'll begin the docking procedure.
See? We can all get along.
Yeah, keywords for now. Dock with the Scorpius. Oh, excuse me. Okay. I don't know why it keeps powering down my weapon systems, but not cool. I want to be prepared for anything. No, I guess they do have a docking port on these weird arse ships.
And we're docking. And complete. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Talk to the hunter, okay. Wow. Yeah, I've walked up to sometimes these ships have come down on planet surfaces and attacked me. And I've walked up to the door of the ship where presumably you can enter and exit from it. And it's got this texture of like the Starfield or blinking lights at the very least, meant to give the impression of stars. Good, this too. A weird energy flowing upwards on both sides of this hallway. The emissary and the hunter. Ooh, it won't let me draw my weapon. Don't like that. Don't like that at all.
Hello. Again. You remember the emissary, perhaps? And their ship, the Helix? I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded that artifact you worked so hard to gain.
Yeah, I kicked their ass.
Thank you for the
that.
stellar introduction. Your success is unprecedented. Before you came, we were just discussing how continued use of force against you is unwise.
Damn right it is. All we ever wanted was the talk. You attacked us.
Yes, we did. We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
We are all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest. The emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
We needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
For whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should.
This is an interesting debate they're having, but I feel like, again, I feel like I'm the one out of the loop, and they need to fill me in. I agree. Killing you and taking your artifacts are both on my list. That doesn't justify murder. You're talking in circles. I came to learn about the Unity.
Yes. Let's talk about what really matters.
The Unity. You are on the path to it. It is a place, a gateway. It is where we were reborn.
So, I gotta say, this part is more awkward than I thought. Hiding my face was way easier.
This is one of those moments where, like, this playthrough would benefit from a webcam because all you hear is me. All you see and hear is me doing nothing and saying nothing. But my jaw is on the floor, and I'm making all sorts of. I'm contorting my face in all sorts of ways, trying to process the like whiplash from this revelation that whoever this is somehow Sam, or I'm wearing this man's hat, like I, I like I
I'm not who you think I am. This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who ran to the Eye. I left you behind to protect the artifacts. And the hunter killed you.
One of me, at least.
I collected the remaining artifacts, and they opened the way to the center of my universe, and the doorway to an infinite number of others. That is the
multiverse
unity.
stuff.
When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn. It's how I've entered other worlds, including yours.
Oh, so the Unity is a nexus where all the realities, all the universes in some sort of multiverse are interconnected. A place where you can step through and enter other universes, other realities, other, and it sounds like these are realities created through some sort of free will based decisions. The multiverse theory where, like, whenever you make a decision, it, like, branches realities so that in one reality you made one decision and in another reality you made a different one. That sort of thing seems to be what's going on, because he just told a story of how, of what went down at Constellation, like, very similar circumstances to what happened in this reality. But in his universe, he went up to the Eye, and I stayed behind and died in his place. Both of you are trying to keep people from it. So this Unity is where the artifacts are from, the temples?
They are all connected.
That is the most annoying non-answer I've ever heard. Could you say more than 3 words in response to my questions? Because I feel like there's a lot that you've left unsaid still. But both of you are trying to keep people from it.
This is bigger than all of us.
Why? I want to know the why.
All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the Unity. In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die. You've witnessed the power granted by the temples, the anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it comes. The emissary tells you only the worthy should enter heaven.
You're twisting what I mean.
They're hypocrites. They use the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts to establish an order where they decide who's worthy. I attacked your lodge because I wanted the artifacts, and you held me off. You got away. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, luck, and skill. As I have done countless times.
I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity is within your grasp?
So the hunter has the face of Keeper Aquilus. Whoa, that was a big info dump, that series of exchanges. So, in every universe in this multiverse, the Starborn, which are people who have already passed through from other universes, that's what makes them Starborn. The Starborn, having an understanding of the nature of this multiverse, of the unity, of the significance of the artifacts, how they can be assembled into the armillary to lead back to the unity of a new reality, of a new universe. They fight over these artifacts, but it would seem that like there's several Starborn who have participated in this game of sorts, this cycle, several times. Both of these present here, the emissary and the hunter, have been through it multiple times and succeeded. Because without succeeding, without being the one who gathers the artifacts, assembles the armillary, and passes through the unity, I think I'm saying that all correctly, they don't get to continue. Presumably they'd be stuck in whatever universe, or which not necessarily a terrible thing, but they wouldn't be able to continue traveling. I don't quite understand what they gain from passing through the unity multiple times. Like the first time it seems to be some sort of rebirth. Presumably when they pass through it, they are like reborn as a younger version of themselves, maybe. Maybe it's some sort of immortality that they're chasing. And I'm sorry, with big story dumps like this, I'm probably going to spend at least another 5 minutes just discussing my thoughts on this, these huge revelations, trying to wrap my head around it and contextualize it with the things we've experienced in the game thus far. So when they say the Starborn fight over it in the different universes, all of those Starborns are people that have, at least in one reality, successfully persevered. So at some point, at some ancient origin of the Starborn, they were presumably humans. Who stumbled upon these artifacts. That's why it seems like they're meant for humans, why they react to me, because I'm a potential, right? I'm someone who might have the potential to assemble the armillary, to transcend this plane of existence, to pass into other universes, right? But it does seem like the Starborn who have already done this are, selfishly, wanting to keep it from new faces, from new people. Even this one who's Keeper Aquilus and this one who's apparently Sam, of all people. In Sam's reality, things were not much different than they were for me. It was his first time gathering artifacts. Like, he was a member of Constellation, like I am, like Sam is, or Sam was. He was Sam, and they too fought against the hunter to be able to gather the artifacts, assemble the armillary, and transcend. And apparently since then he's done it several times, right? I believe that's what he said. So that's what the hunter meant when he was like, he wants to see where my journey is going to go after all, because he's found I was kind of worthy, right, in defeating him. So it's weird though. Like I still don't get the why. I'm still not 100% clear on the why. Like, what do the Starborn, like, why are the Starborn fighting over the artifacts? Why do they want to continue passing through the Unity over and over again? I know he talked about the alien powers and stuff, but like, do they continue to become more powerful and gain more powers from all these different universes in the multiverse? Like, is that the thing? Just a quest for more power? Is it some sort of pursuit of immortality, like I already mentioned? I don't know. Let's continue this dialogue, see if we can get some more answers, but I really do want... Oh, yeah, well, definitely starting with this one at the bottom. You've been to the Unity multiple times. What does that mean?
It means I've seen thousands of universes.
Thousands is crazy.
Collected their artifacts. Been to their temples. You have a small taste of their power, but it keeps going.
It keeps going. So it does sound like the power continues to accumulate as you progress, which is really interesting. Like I don't get how I'm able to succeed against the Starborn if they potentially have the power from thousands of universes, and I have just started to glimpse the Unity in this one universe. I mean, I am nothing like him. But I want him to keep talking, so... Keeper Aquilus? No, some other version of the same person.
My other self wants you to walk the path he walks. To give up. To appreciate the universe you have. Easy for a person who's seen everything, done everything. I think you should see it for yourself. You've never come this far. Not in all the universes I've seen. The path to the Unity is opening to you.
You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of our sides.
Interesting. I feel like, and maybe I misunderstood this, I feel like the Hunter just implied that Keeper Aquilus, even in this universe, is a Starborn, which would definitely explain his writings, right? He's decided to end his journey in this universe to live out the rest of his life here, to stop the struggle. I also don't understand this taking sides thing. Like, I understand that, like, they sort of alluded to, like, some order of Starborn where, like, there was, like, an organized element of the Starborn where they sort of took an organized approach to deciding who would be worthy of passing through the Unity at any given time. And there's, like, a chaotic sect, a chaotic group of Starborn who are quote-unquote only in it for themselves. I don't understand why I would choose either of their sides. I mean, it sounds like both of their goals are diametrically opposed to mine. Like, is there an opportunity for multiple people to pass through the Unity at once? Is that where this, like, this group of ordered Starborn, like, they all pass through the Unity together into the next universe every time? Or, like, it's... Well, let's just read what my dialogue options are. So I help one of you, we combine our artifacts, enter the Unity. That dialogue existing implies that it's possible for more than one person to enter the Unity. I'm not helping someone who murdered my friend. Frickin' facts there. Whatever war is going on between you two, I want no part of it. That's also true, and I think what I'm going to say. Whatever war is going on between you two, I want no part in it.
You're already in it. With artifacts comes Starborn searching for them, fighting over them. I want a truce. Between all three of us. I will give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine. Or the Hunters.
Yes. Let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us isn't trying to judge you.
You're both trying to judge me. Shut the frick up with that propaganda. You judged me from the very start, Hunter. You found me worthy, that's why you stopped hunting me. You said so yourself. So I've spoken to the Starborn and learned the Unity is a gateway to parallel universes. I should ask any other questions I have before I leave. Optional, talk to the Hunter. Optional, talk to the Emissary. Leave this... I mean, they again, at the end there, implied that I have to choose one side or the other. I guess because they both have artifacts. But can't I choose to fight them both? Choose to forge my own path? If the game gives me that choice, that is the choice we'll be making. I definitely am going to talk to them both, though. Starting with the Hunter, who I feel is being most honest with me, weirdly. Well, starting with the Hunter after I take a little quick look around. I mean, it's a cool ship. I like the big see-through dome in the front. It appears black from the outside, so it's like a one-way mirror of sorts.
You might think the Emissary is on your side, but your persistence is what forced them to tell you the truth. Remember that.
Yeah, but you also weren't forthcoming with me. Weren't willing to tell me the truth. But you're right. When we first encountered the Emissary, every question I asked, he said, the more any information I give you will...
The Unity is meant for whomever can get there. Don't fall for that talk of worthiness.
I really do like the Hunter's opinion on this better than
more questions. Ask.
But he is being much more willing to talk to me about things, right? So it's weird.
The Emissary and their kind only want to control you.
I'll tell you everything I can.
I'm just trying to get all the random dialogue lines out of the way.
You might think the Emissary is on your side.
Okay.
The Emissary and their kind only want to control you.
You called the Emissary a hypocrite. Why?
They enter the Unity, take artifacts from others, employ force. All the things I do. I am many things, but I would never tell anyone what to do with their gifts. That is your decision, not someone else's. The emissary wants to become the judge of who gets to enter, but the Unity itself doesn't judge.
Okay. What is the Unity to you? Why kill for it?
Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us. One whose prize is access to the center of all creation. There are no rules. Whoever gets all the pieces wins. And I've won. Over and over. I don't kill for the Unity. I find the easiest pathway to it.
But why, though? Still, like, other than, like, a hint that they continue to grow more powerful the more they pass through the Unity, I don't understand the drive. Why did you attack us?
I've simply found that it's the quickest way. Talking, forming alliances, waiting for the right moment to commit theft. It's all so tiresome. I'll admit, you getting away has been the most interesting thing to happen in quite some time. As soon as I realized what had happened, I knew I needed to wait until this meeting with the emissary to decide what to do about you.
Yeah, he definitely strikes me as, like... I mean, he's a sociopath, right? He doesn't care, like... He's just someone who's become bored after repeating the cycle thousands of times, and he finds us interesting more than anything else. After you attacked the lodge, you let me go. Well, let's ask this first, because it's an immediate follow-up to the thing you just said. You had this meeting because of me?
No, we always end up having this meeting at this time. But it's the usual affair. Can we make peace? No. Oh, how tragic. Honestly, I was beginning to wonder why I kept tending. And it's bad habit I started a long time ago. Perhaps I just like meeting the emissary to gloat. But you have provided something quite new to talk about. Maybe you're a random die roll. Or maybe the Unity is finally responding to all my hard work.
That's an interesting line. So here's where I feel like I'm stumbling over, like, what I'm real. I can't even form words, to express the thoughts, to express what I'm trying to say. What confuses me about everything they've told me is this: if the hunter and the emissary are parts of different factions, the hunter may be a starborn unto himself with no particular allegiances. But let's just say, for the sake of discussion, that he represents some sort of chaos faction and the emissary represents some sort of order faction among the starborn. He says they always meet at this, in this place at this time to discuss peace or the potential for peace. And the meetings always end the same, with them deciding that their differences are intractable, right? So what I don't understand is if only one of these two groups is capable of succeeding in any given universe in the multiverse. Presumably that would, like, from my understanding of what they're telling me, that would mean that that group would use the armillary to pass through the Unity into a new universe, right? A new parallel dimension. But that would imply that the other group gets left behind, can't pass through the Unity, doesn't have access to the artifacts anymore, and is forever trapped in whatever universe they're in. So then how, in the next universe, do they again meet? Unless in every universe the same Starborn players end up converging. But that doesn't make sense either, because then neither of these specific Starborn would have any memory of the other. Wait, no. So what if, like this, let's call this one Hunter A and that Emissary A. If in this universe Hunter A wins, his Chaos faction or himself pass through the Unity into another universe, then in that other universe, would an Emissary B from some third universe have passed through the Unity and ended up there, so that there's always a Hunter and there's always an Emissary? But then someone new like me, if that's the case, someone new like me who's never passed through the Unity really would shake things up in this like eternal multi-dimensional conflict. I feel like I'm missing an important piece of the puzzle. I don't understand how the Unity works. I don't understand what their conflict is about, and I don't understand why passing through the Unity again and again is their driving motivation. After you attack the lodge, you let me go. Why?
To see what would happen, of course. You might not understand just how many times I've done this. Usually, you're the one who ends up dead, and whoever cries over your body goes on to become the emissary. Sometimes I manage to get you all bunched up and take care of the problem in one go. Sometimes the emissary has gotten to me first, and I never arrive. Hundreds and hundreds of variations of me, hacking through Constellation. And it's almost never you. You making it to your ship on your own. It's new. I took it as a sign. I don't get many of those anymore.
Alright, so I think I got a little bit of the understanding. So he just said that usually whoever cries over my body becomes the emissary. So the emissary in this multiverse, the Hunter is always like an adversary. The emissary is always a member of Constellation, or a member of that group that gathers all the artifacts and manages to become a Starborn, become the emissary. But then in any universe where they become the emissary, I feel like that's a universe in which the Hunter has failed, right? Because the emissary passed through the... But then how would the emissary be part of a faction of Starborn if... Oh no, this is breaking my brain. They need to give me more information, or else I feel like this story doesn't make sense. Like there's holes in it. It's not a coherent narrative. It's not. It doesn't track. Like it feels like there's a mistake in the story that I'm being told, because it just doesn't. Like, Sam's here as the emissary right now. So help me understand, like, if I if I had died, like I have in apparently many realities, and Sam had cried over my corpse and gone on to become the quote unquote emissary of this universe, then wouldn't there be like two Sams, two emissaries? I don't get to
I know
ask
we're not
any
the
more
same
questions.
people we met in our universes. Still, it's good to see you again, old friend.
Can you fill in the blanks, buddy? Because right now I'm feeling like this was a hastily written metaphysical plotline that has some
I'll tell
serious
you everything
gaping
I
holes.
can.
And yeah, I really hope you
I'm
will.
sure you have more questions. Ask.
What exactly is the
When
armillary?
all the artifacts are assembled, the device they create is called the armillary. In many ways, it's a model of the multiverse itself. Through it, you can reach the unity. And from there, you can become Starborn.
What happens when you enter the Unity?
It is not an easy experience to describe. But the Unity will speak to you, offer you the chance to become Starborn. You will be leaving this universe behind to be reborn. Everything you were before will be gone. Maybe that's why it offers the choice. Compassion? Or is it testing us?
Who was I in your universe? What was I like?
Different. I never know who you are when I meet a new version. But so much of you stays the same. It's hard, but each universe is precious in its own way. Mine will never have its original you in it again, as yours won't have its real me.
So you try to protect the artifacts, keep them from being abused?
You've seen the terror the Hunter causes. Every time a Starborn goes through the Unity, they get more artifacts, find more temples, gain more power. We can't let more like him abuse these gifts to destroy whatever's in their way.
So it is all about the accumulation of power. But I'm still feeling like there's a major plot hole here. Like it shouldn't like I feel like the explanation that's missing is that these two came here from different universes. One in which the emissary succeeded Sam, and one in which the hunter succeeded. But no, it still doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, right? Am I crazy? If you're watching, tell me your thoughts in the comments. I mean, obviously, don't post any spoilers in the comments. Like, I don't want to know if I get the answers to these questions later in the game. I don't want to know it now. I'm happy for it to be revealed in time. But I very much feel like there's a big gaping plot hole in this story construction, in that like I don't know. Am I crazy? Like it doesn't make sense for them to both be here. Or maybe it makes sense for them to both be here, but then I don't understand. Like when Sam like what I want is like more on the story of when this Sam, became the emissary and like what his experiences have been since then. Because, like, are these both versions of the hunter and versions of the emissary where they've always succeeded? And in the reality that this Sam emissary comes from, was there another emissary who an emissary-like figure who failed because he succeeded in that universe? Or was there no emissary that entered that universe because he was the emissary for that universe? But then they said this thing about the hunter said this thing about the person who cries over the body always becomes the emissary. I do like, I feel like I'm talking in circles at this point, but like, am I wrong that there's something about this that fundamentally doesn't make sense? That it feels like there's like the writers were sitting in a room and they just decide like, oh, as long as we don't give the player too much information, we won't have to explain how this actually works, type of thing, because I'm missing some big piece of the puzzle, and I'm a little bit concerned that we're not going to get that piece of the puzzle by the end of the game, that it's going to just be, I'm just going to be confused about what the game's story is supposed to be permanently. I don't like that feeling. I don't even understand what these different factions do. Like, so you try to protect the artifacts to keep them from being abused. Like, what does that even mean? Like, so if you succeed in this universe, like, this is my big question for the emissary. If I could just ask him any question, I would say, if I side with you and you succeed in this universe and your group of Starborn and myself included pass through the Unity into a new universe, does that mean this hunter that we're talking to right now will have failed, will not be able to pass through the Unity, and even though they've successfully passed through the Unity thousands of times before, presumably, that is at an end, that they have reached the end of their journey, of their ability to accumulate more power, that they are trapped in this universe forever, and it's just other versions of the hunter that we'll be encountering from now on, maybe ones who haven't been as successful in accumulating power. And then the other thing this makes me wonder, with the hunter and the emissary being here like this, are all Starborn up to this point hunters and emissaries? Like, is there a faction that is just the Keeper Aquilus over and over again as the hunter, and then there's the other faction that's just Sam over and over again as the emissary, or whoever cries over my body over and over again as the emissary? Like, maybe all the members of Constellation are like this emissary faction from multiple different universes, and I don't know, me to join them, perhaps. Still can't draw my weapon. Can't use my power. My quest says to leave the Scorpius, so I guess that's what we're gonna do.
Before
but
you leave, I want to give you something. A way to another artifact, but also a lesson in how dangerous they can be. Seek the moon of old Earth. There are secrets there you must discover for yourself here to open the way.
Interesting. So the moon. So that makes me wonder if maybe the first Starborn, the very first, the beginning of it all. Oh my god, I just realized. I can't remember his name right now because he's only been mentioned in passing a few times in the game. But the founder of Constellation, Sebastian, I think? Sebastian Banks? Sounds like maybe the right name. Disappeared. He no doubt became a Starborn himself. But no, that doesn't make sense because then he would have had to gather all the artifacts from this universe and use them to create the... No. I don't freaking know. I really don't know. Earth's moon in the solar system, I asked stupidly.
Yes. I will say no more.
Well, he made it sound like going there will give me more information, in addition to giving me a new alien power. I'm not going to thank him because I don't feel like I got adequate answers. I'm not going to rudely say, fine, I'll see what I can find on the moon, but I am going to say, you Starborn, sure like your you must see it for yourself nonsense. Yeah, I wish they could elaborate more. I don't know why this they feel like this is the only information they can give me. Like, I feel like they're letting me in on the whole Starborn thing, but they're stopping short of giving me the full picture, and I don't understand why they would stop short.
I do not always know if you are a person I should be helping. Forgive me. I have also found that advice is a poor substitute for experience. I ask you again. Go to Earth's moon. You should also talk to your colleagues in Constellation. I am sure they have gathered more information on the remaining artifacts in the fringes of space. Part of me wonders what they will all say about what you have learned. But I will leave that to you.
He just gave me a bunch of raw minerals? Moon-based key added. That's the key thing. Well, I mean, quite literally. Alright, now that he... Okay, game. We're going to give the game a minute to catch up on all the pop-ups it wants to give me. Whole bunch of crap just happened in my quest log. I should return to the lodge and tell them what I've learned about the Unity. On Earth, go to Nova Galactic Research Station. The emissary has given me a key to a base on Luna, Earth's moon, saying I'll learn more about the artifacts if I investigate. The Nova Galactic Research Station. So did Nova Galactic at some point, were they at some point deeply involved with, I don't know, more answers on the moon? These are very interestingly split into two separate main story quests. We'll be doing this first because I'm still grasping at straws myself, I feel. Before I go and check in with the members of Constellation, I want more information if I can get it. Ooh, I can draw my gun now.
I'm sure Constellation will be eager to hear what we've told you.
They seem to really want me to go back to Constellation first, but
I
I'm
know
not
we're
going
not
to
the
do that.
same people we met in our universes. Still.
Yeah. Good to see you again, old friend.
The Unity is meant for whomever. The emissary and their...
Yeah, what is their kind? The emissary and their kind only want to control you, but I'm just meeting these two people. I feel like I would maybe benefit from having a bunch of Starborn in a room. I have so many unanswered questions. And, like, some of them surrounding things that I perceive as plot holes. notice that these guys are like bleeding green? It's crazy. Well, I mean, I guess they're bleeding red. Really? Is that the only reason I can't take over the ship is because I'm at the max ship limit? That makes me so curious about so many things. Wow, okay, well... Well, I seem to be in permanent combat music now. They're not getting back up, but they are unkillable NPCs. They're in that, like, down but not out posture right now. Did that update my quest at all? No. Alright, let me look at my saves and see what options I have here. So I have an autosave when I landed aboard the Scorpius. I have an autosave on Hilla 2 when I... Presumably this will be when I jumped into the Hilla 2 system. I just did this save before I shot them. I'm going to load this save. Yeah, I'm going to load the save. I just, like, I want to test something. This is maybe, like, crazy and unnecessary for me to do. I want to see if I can, if stealing that ship is an option. I just want to know. I think chances are extremely high that it's not an option, right? A ship that is longer than 80 meters cannot land on a planet. Why is they even telling you that? I don't think they let you build a ship longer than 80 meters. Okay. So, this is back a little bit further than I thought it was going to be. But I'm not going to be able to move on with my life until I know whether or not you can steal that Starborn ship. So we're going to real quickly, we're going to go do the Scorpion Sting puzzle again. Then we're going to go sell one of my ships real quick. And then we're going to go spam through some dialogue with those two Starborn. And we're going to see if we can steal that ship. We're going to find out the answer is no. And then we're going to decide what's next for us. Probably the moon. And potentially taking a break from the main story and doing some more side stuff. But we'll see. Right now I have a lot of time left in this video. So I'd like to do another main story thing, maybe. This fascinated the crap out of me with the temperament territorial. Like, it leads me here. It's really interesting. Like, it like knows that I'm a potential Starborn. It's trying to me the way. It's weird that this exists though. Like, why would this thing exist to guide me to that place? And the place where they always meet, like... Was that the whole point of this? Was to bring me to where they always meet? That seems like nonsensical, right? Am I crazy? Because there was nothing more at that system, just their meeting place. Like, that was the whole point, right? So something about, like, the Unity has created this quote-unquote ancient ruin as part of every universe in the multiverse in order to guide people in some weird way to, like... It all just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like the prophet guy who spoke to all the world's religions just to leave little breadcrumbs to, like, lead people to his final resting place where he had journals that were more breadcrumbs to lead people to these ruins to... Like, I guess it's all the building blocks for the person in every universe that becomes the emissary, the one to oppose the hunter. But I'm struggling to wrap my head around it. But we have reached the point I can go sell the ship now. Oh, actually, I may not even need to leave Hyla. What's this? No, not the planet. Sensor contact? I guess that's not particularly helpful to me right now. Parima, Crix, no. What would be the quickest way to do this? Probably Voli, actually. Let's pop the Neon real quick.
Inspect your ship for heat leeches every couple landings. They'll cost plenty.
Yes.
Anything I can help you with?
Like
sure, have at it.
Actually, I don't want to view and modify my ships. Just kidding. Let me see what ships
sure
you have
you
for
can
sale.
find something you like.
All right, so... Oh, wait, what the hell? I only have 9 ships. Oh, because... Wait, he's selling a Varun Prophecy? He's selling 9 ships. I have 10 ships. Right. So I picked up this transpo because I'm using it as like a template to test out other ship designs. So let's just register it. Sell it. I do realize that I could probably just look this up on Reddit instead of like going through all this nonsense, but it's not taking too long to do it this way, so test it ourselves, you know, science. This is for the science, everyone. Certainly you must understand the importance of science.
It can't be. You found...
Yeah, I found you because I'm just going to try different dialogue options this time, just out of curiosity. Time for round 2 then. Surrender or be destroyed.
Constellation. You should come aboard. There's another Starborn here.
Yeah,
I can
all
speak
dialogue
to the
roads
Constellation ship.
lead
I
to
will
Rome.
personally guarantee.
And think of it as a seat.
Final begin the docking procedure. Oh, I should have picked the I have no reason to trust any Starborn. Yeah, so this planet, it's an ice giant. Ooh, there's a ship over here. In fact, every planet, no, well, every planet but this one in the system is a gas giant planet. Alright, yeah, well, when I go back to the canon timeline, we'll, oh wait, did I lose track of his ship? What the hell's going on right now? Did I pass it? Game. Oh. I guess so. Flew right by the damn thing. So I have no reason to
Air
mess with the
pressure,
dialogue in here,
seals,
though.
ship integrity,
I was gonna say I should have
all
done
good.
the,
Docking is
said I have no interest in trusting any Starborn just to see if that continued to lead to Rome, but I'm sure it does.
Hello. You
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
the-
Thank
Yeah.
you. Your
Yeah.
six.
Yeah. Just tell me who you are,
We are
who the
not a
Starborn are.
monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
We are all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more the emissary threat
We need it.
for
Yeah.
Yeah.
The unit.
So, I'm not who you think I am. What I came from,
One of me, at least.
I collected the remaining. And that's the problem. All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the Unity. In every universe, the Starborn want to fight over them.
Yeah, I said I need to see this Unity for myself. And he said
You've
that's the
witnessed
problem.
power
All the
granted by
artifacts are
temples.
needed to
The
do
enemy
it.
that can be unleashed.
Here it comes.
Again,
The
like that's
emissary
just
tells
leading
you
to like my
only
big,
the
what I feel like is
worthy
the
to
big
enter
plot hole.
heaven.
Like, if that's true,
You're twisting
then
what
there
I
can
mean.
only be one or
They're
one group of
hypocrites.
Starborn that
They use the
make it
chaos
through in
caused by
every
the hunt
universe,
for the
in every
artifacts
reality, in
to
every
establish an
parallel dimension.
I attacked your lodge. That wasn't someone as I.
I was also human.
I was also human, yeah, right. I'm
You
nothing
mean
like you.
yet? Go through the Unity 1,000 times and you'll gain a better perspective. I have
Better
hopes
perspective?
for you. Higher hopes than the other members of Constellation. They all end up like the emissary.
You've never come this far.
So it is
Not in all
different
the
members of
universes I've
Constellation.
seen. The path.
You're going to tip the scales one way or another.
Yeah, so I want to say this time just to see what the different dialogue is. So I help one of you, we combine our artifacts, enter the Unity? Okay, so we do enter as a group.
I want a truce. Between all three of us. I will give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine.
I don't understand what either of your
Hunters.
quote-unquote approaches to the Unity is.
Yes. Let's
You've
see
only
how
given me
willing you
vague
are to
hints.
live under.
Before you leave, seek here. I do not always know if you... I have also found... You should also... Part of me one.
Okay. So here I am with only 9
The
ships.
emissary and their kind only want to control you.
Alright, you are not authorized to pilot this
I'm
ship,
sure
it
you
says
have more
now.
questions. Ask.
Can I, like, get away from you guys so you stop dialoguing with me? You are not authorized to pilot the ship, so if I kill them... Am I now authorized to pilot the ship? Still not authorized to pilot the ship. Alright. I just want to say this, game devs, but Bethesda, if you're a Bethesda dev and you're watching this, why would you prioritize giving me the error message regarding me having too many ships over giving me the error message saying that I'm not authorized to pilot the ship? Because this has happened to me before where I found like a derelict ship with a really neat design floating out among an asteroid field or something, and I go on board the ship and I get to the pilot seat and I click on it and it says you have too many ships or whatever, or something to that effect, or like you don't have a high enough piloting skill to pilot this class of ship. And then like I go and I get the thing and I come back and it says this ship has been rendered inoperable. Like, come on, that should be prioritized. You should say that first so that I don't, like, this whole me loading another game and doing the things again to get back to this point, completely unnecessary if you just had the right error message prioritized for someone trying to interact with the pilot seat on this ship, you know? It's a small thing, but like as a quality of life improvement to this game, I'd like to see that changed. I'm just saying, just a constructive criticism, if you will, right? Right, I'm way less passionate about this than I am about dialogue prioritization. But I feel like the dialogue prioritization has been a problem in like every RPG I've ever played in my life. But this is a problem unique to Starfield, so I won't harp on it. But anywho, we be loading the save game now. Back to the canon timeline of events, where we don't attack these guys for no reason, although I feel like I have plenty of reason. Their little conflict led to the death of Sam. Or a Sam. One of the Sams? Hurts my brain. Even my big wrinkly gamer brain can't wrap itself around this nonsense. Whew, okay. Well, I've gotten some
Ship's
answers,
clear.
but they've led to more questions.
It's just us among the stars again, Captain.
Yeah, thanks, Barrett. Boy, do I have a story to tell you. Let's go around, check out this system while we're here. Something on this moon. Deserted relay station. Oh, I've apparently landed on this moon before. Abandoned cryolab. When have I been to this system before? Don't remember coming here. Huh. Well, let's get scans on these gas planets, because they're an easy survey data. Plus, we might get to have some fun space combat or something. You never know. Wouldn't mind it. Wouldn't hate it. Whoops. I've never been to Oberum Proxima. By the time I finish this playthrough, I do want to have at least gone to every star in the Starfield. Just to poke around and see if there's anything unique. Because I realize a lot of this game is just sort of repetitive points of interest and procedurally generated stuff. But I've found a wealth of handcrafted things and experiences in the game also. And I don't want to miss, I want to catch as many of those as I can before we wrap. I'm going to go get a scan of Oberon 1 too, because it looks like a kind of semi-habitable planet. Oh, I've already scanned it before. Forgotten Mech Graveyard, Abandoned Moybridge Pharmaceuticals Lab explored. Oh, I think this might be where I came for one of the artifacts at one point. That would explain why I've been here before, although I don't know why I didn't survey the gas giants while I was here, but... Okay, cool. Cool. I've explored a lot of the stars in this game already. I know that sounds like a very ambitious goal, but it's actually not, because I'd say I've done over half. I have never been to Feniman. Been to both of those. Never been to Schrödinger. So I'm not sure yet if the cat's alive or dead. I've never been to Leviathan. Considering that there's a whole cult that worships the Great Serpent, we're definitely going to go to Leviathan at some point. I think there's one called Serpentis too, that I've never been to. Just doing a quick survey of the star map. Trying to get a feel for what percentage of places have been versus not been. I do a lot of this exploration and surveying and stuff between videos, so that's why you've maybe not seen me gone to all these places, but trust me, if anything interesting had happened, it would be on the video. It would be on one of my videos. Feniman I've never been to. Wait, Copernicus? Guess I've been to both of the Copernici. Ophion was a recent addition to my collection of stars I've traveled to. Nera. There it is, Serpentis. Definitely got to go there at some point. Rutherford, Moloch, Bara, been to all those places. Bannock and Bannock Secundus. Have I been to Bannock Secundus? Whoops, I didn't mean to click into that, sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I did mean to. I've never been to Bannock Secundus. I've never been to Delta Volpace. D-Wolf. Just taking mental notes. I've been out to Huygens. Hawking. A lot of these ones at the edges that are like level 75, I made a point of like checking them out when I was looking for a place for my outpost. Been to all those. Malls where I actually have my outpost for gathering copper and tungsten, I believe. Never been to Rana or Pyrrhus. Sparta! I mean, I think you get the idea, right? There's a fair chunk I haven't been to yet, but a even more sizable chunk of ones I've already taken a peek at. I have a unspent skill point, but I'm not sure what I'd want to use that on just yet. I mean, actually, I think I do know, right? Uh, I want to start working on social more because there's nothing I really want to do in physical. As nice as it would be to get more like damage resistance and stuff like that. Yeah, this is just straight up damage reduction. Like I wear very heavy, like I'm well equipped in this game, so and the same deal with combat. Like a lot of these like crippling armor penetration, sharpshooting, all stuff that would increase my damage output. But I feel like we're pretty good. I mean that rifle I have right now is insane. Um, but the one thing that I still kind of feel like I want is ship command, so that I can have more crew members traveling around with me at any given time. And that's unfortunately way down here at the bottom of the social tree. So to get there, I need to spend another 6 points in social. I mean, honestly, like, I don't understand what the point of having anything past rank 1 in pickpocket is. Same with negotiation. Like, I grabbed that to just see what it did. But I've never used bribery because there's always just like you can always persuade them without bribing them. Oh, you know what? This actually. So I looked this up because it was bothering me. Um, it says do 10% weapon damage and gain 15 damage resistance for each spacesuit and helmet equipped, which is a weird way of saying 20%. I guess if you're naked, it's 0%, but when you don't have a companion or any crew. And to me, that meant, oh, this is an ability I'll never be able to take advantage of uh, in the game because I have crew and you can't, there's not even a way to get rid of crew really. You can unassign them, but they're kind of permanently your crew. So I thought that seemed odd because I feel like it's almost impossible to play this game without accumulating any crew. Like, not impossible. Keyword almost for sure. But it seemed really weird to me that they would have this skill based around like some sort of weird like isolationist playstyle where you just like never invite anyone to join your crew, not even like Sarah Morgan. Uh, so I looked it up, and the wording on this again. Bethesda devs, if you're watching, the wording on this needs to be changed because what it means when it says you don't have a companion, it means like sometimes you're on a quest and they force a follower on you because that follower is directly tied to the quest. Like there was a time when Sam was a follower and a time when Sarah was a follower that I couldn't dismiss. Um, but that's what it means by quote unquote companion is someone who's your like when you take those quests it says such and such will be your companion until this quest's completion. That's what it's referring to. That little bit of dialogue you get when you take on one of those quests. That's what it means by companion. And then what it means by crew is follower. So it's weird because it says a companion or any crew. But what it means is a companion or any follower. So I can have crew as long as they stay on my ship. I do gain the bonuses from this skill. At least that's what the internet has decided is the truth in regards to this. So this is +2 damage and damage resistance. I never have any of the crew following me around. So I feel like that's a real good one for me to take. I also like the utility of the diplomacy skill. So I think I will wait till I have 2 skill points, and I'll keep 1 in the bank in case I need it for something. But I'll do isolation first. I can probably spend 4 points on this. Yeah, because it just keeps adding up. 4 points on this, and then what's this do? Outpost management, additional cargo links, additional robots, additional crew. I mean, at rank 3, this becomes useful. Rank 4 is kind of useful. I don't really feel like that's particularly useful. Leadership's not going to be useful because if I focus on that. How many more points did it say I needed? Sorry, I know I'm bouncing around here. 6 more points in social to unlock massive social skills. So I'll probably put 4 points in this, at least 1 point in diplomacy, and then this says companions gain affinity. I don't know. I might throw a point into Well, no, because that's the 4th tier also. I don't know. Maybe another point into theft so that I can pickpocket higher level targets. Although I've never seen a situation where I wanted to do that. And then we can finally go in the ship command. Xenosociology. You can force a target alien creature. Oh, right. Sorry for spending so much time in the menus just then. So we can go to the Nova Galactic Research Station on the moon. But I'm very much feeling like at this point, like I feel like this is going to be a really big story beat. So I think it's time that we took a break from the main story for a bit. This is a good point to like put a pin in the main story and go back to doing some side stuff. There's a lot of side stuff I've been sort of gathering that I want to do. As you recall, I finally followed went looking for that distress signal in the Charybdis system, and we got this weird automated sounding message saying that, yeah, like it says in the thing here, I've received a curious distress call saying that a place called Crucible on Charybdis 3 needs help, and they like needed some resources to stop something disastrous from happening. Let's go find out what that is, shall we? This is a side quest the game really wanted to make sure you get. All of the side quests I've done in the game so far have been so interesting. And maybe even more interesting than the main story.
I love the feeling after a perfect jump.
So I'm really excited for this one. I think it's going to be like a really big, like involved side quest with lots of interesting stuff happening, like with the Mantis and the ECS Constant and all those amazing side quests that we've had the pleasure of doing that have actually been like interesting things. It looks like my quest marker's not on this planet. Whoa, I just saw something weird. Oh, Crucible, right here. Oh, I see. I see what happened. There we go. Let's land at the Crucible. Talk with Tobias? Okay. Okay. The Crucible looks like a base, an outpost of some variety. They want me to talk to an NPC, presumably. No. A robot. A Model 1 like Vasco. It did sound like a robotic voice over the distress signal. It's one of those early Model 1s. Or Model A, whatever. Hello.
Human of unknown origin detected. Designated outsider. This is an undisclosed secret location. Please identify purpose or depart.
Undisclosed secret location. What exactly is this place?
Outsider is not part of plan. End of inquiry.
Not part of plan. Yeah, they said something about like they need to get such and such resources or it'll disrupt the plan. I remember. I received your
Acknowledging
distress call.
receipt of emergency request. Explanation deemed acceptable. Clearance granted to Crucible. Outsider will deliver 150 units of copper. Compensation will be dispensed.
Tobias, stand down. We have a visitor.
Reminder, deliver required material. End of conversation.
This is incredible. For so long we hoped for any visit, and the day has finally arrived.
Uh-huh. Hold on. Rock, temperate, standard O2, powerful magnetosphere, biologics in the water. A very, very habitable planet. That lady is clearly not wearing a spacesuit, so that's cool. Charybdis 3. Ew, there's another temperate high O2. Abundant, safe water. We'll have to do some poking around in this system. It seems like there's some nice potential planets for habitation here. Sorry, I know I shouldn't be in my star map when someone's trying to talk to me. Now this is a better reception. Your robot needs to learn some manners. Charybdis is really out of the way. You must not see many people. What is this place?
Oh dear, that's a surprisingly tricky question. I'm probably not the person to answer it, but it is a genuine pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, but could you try to be the person to answer it, at least? At least try. Charybdis is really out of the way. You must not see many people.
We see no one, ever. Your arrival is truly an historic one, but many fear what it
Historic? How long have you
portends.
people been here?
The societies have closed their doors and are arguing about what to do, while the rest hide to see which way
Societies.
the wind blows. Franklin would know what to do. He's the oldest among us. You should talk with him.
You're some, like, ancient colonists, aren't you? You went out here on some generation ship like the people on the ECS Constant, didn't you? What do you mean by societies?
Most of us are like me, free and unaligned. But there are 3 societies that are oft at odds with one another. The Believers, the Pragmatists, and the Renegades. It would be wise to meet each of them. Franklin leads the Pragmatists.
The Believers in what? Pragmatic approach to what? The Renegades of what? I'm sorry. Sorry for yelling. I'm a little sensitive after all this Unity talk and that whole thing not making sense. And to come into some other, like, esoteric thing where no one wants to explain anything to me is a little frustrating. Why are people hiding?
Crucible is a tinderbox, and any spark will set it off. We're still recovering from a
but
deadly
why?
conflict that happened 3 years ago. Far fewer of us are here to greet you
Conflict
today
over
because
what?
of it.
Conflict over what? I'll go look for Franklin. She says she's free and unaligned, but she wants me to speak specifically to the leader of the Pragmatists. But
Give it time, and I'm sure the
I'll go look
others
for
will
Franklin
come out.
then.
For curiosity's sake, if nothing else.
I'll go look for Franklin then. Thank you.
Do not
Bias.
leave Crucible. Warning delivered.
Do not leave Crucible? You just told me to bring you a bunch of copper, did you not? Hold on. I could have sworn my quest said bring a bunch of copper at one point. Was I imagining that? There's no way I imagined that. Hold on. Now I'm losing my gosh darned, in fact, empty. No, let's give it a second to save before I need to know. Autosave on board the Nova. Not sure where this is, how far back this is, but I have to know. Like, was there an opportunity for me to walk away and come back with copper to satisfy only what the robot was asking for and nothing else? Like, was that like a secret hidden option for this? Like, if you stick around too long, you get sucked into this other thing, but if you like really quickly leave, you can come back with copper and make Tobias happy.
I love the feeling after a perfect jump.
Right, this is perfect. This is right before I landed. Awesome. Awesome. Perfect. Awesome. I love it. I actually love it. Alright, this is purely for science. I know I've done a lot of things for science in this video, but science is important, everyone. It's how we learn new things. Objectively.
Queuing of unknown. This is an undisclosed.
Received your distress
Acknowledging
call.
receipt of explanation deemed. Clearance granted to outsider will deliver 150 units.
150, right.
Stand down. We have
There it is, there it is.
Visitor.
Reminder, deliver required material. End of conversation.
This.
Okay, I understand what happened now. So, Operation Starseed is the miscellaneous side quest that is being updated for me to talk to this person, talk to that person. Tobias gave me an activity. Deliver 150 pieces of copper to Tobias. So if I go back and load my save game now, I should still have that activity available. I find it interesting that Tobias said do not leave. So you know what I'm going to immediately try to do, for science, of course, is leave. I'm going to see if I can leave and go get 150 copper and bring it back to Tobias. Copper is one of the resources I have an outpost extracting from a planet. So it's going to be really easy for me to quickly zip over, grab 150, and come back here with it. So I want to see if like he gets mad at me. Like, there's Tobias. He's over there now. I do still have that activity. We're going to mark that as our main objective. I'm going to try walking out. Okay. Tobias seems relatively unperturbed. Let's go to my outpost and get some copper for Tobias. My boy Tobias. Because Tobias, like Vasco, is very straightforward and like frank with me, and I like that. I appreciate that. Very often, like, as weird as it is to say, I trust Tobias more than I trust the friendly lady who seems very friendly on the outside and just wants me to meet with people to understand what's going on. But, like, I don't trust her at all. She's sketching me out. She's giving me red flags. My gamer brain is shooting up red flags saying, do not trust this lady. This lady is bad news, yada yada. But in Tobias, I trust. I believe Tobias is just, he wants copper, and he has no like weird ulterior motivations for it. I mean, I don't know what he's going to use the copper for, but he's decided that they need it, so we're going to bring it to him. Yeah, so hold on. I just want to make sure I'm seeing this correctly. It looks like in this star system, I know I looked at the star system before, there's no points of interest. So that these people in the Crucible might be the only the Crucible might be the only point of interest here. So they might be right about like, oh, son of a snitch. Hold on. I'm just over by a little bit, so I should be able to. And I'm running out of these to do this with, but I should be able to Bob's grog it. Anyway, like I was saying, they might be the only human like outpost in this star system. I think my Bob's grog might have just worn off, but that's okay. Mission accomplished. Listen, Tobias, I know you told me not to leave specifically, but I did leave. But I had a really good reason for leaving, and that was to bring you that copper.
Answered at this time.
Yeah, that's fine. Here.
Do not leave Crucible. Warning delivered.
Yeah, about that. I left already? And got you this,
Manifest authenticated. Remuneration processed. Social interaction terminated.
Cool. You're welcome. Okay. Ooh, okay. Is that a person or... Kinda can't... Oh, I know what I can do. Well, that didn't help. Can't tell if that's a person or just a houseplant. There's a room in there with some chairs. Inaccessible doors is what I want ooh about.
Non-resident detected. Valid exception acknowledged. This unit is busy.
Okay. Inaccessible again. They've got several robots working here. Alright, so here's my prediction. Just based on the way that, like, Tobias is handling them sending a distress call and all that.
Adhere to the mission.
They have this mission or something. I wish I could build like cool walls like this at an outpost. I can build this. It's the like stage 2 solar panel thing. A lot of these habs are like things I can kind of build, but not really. Can't connect them like this. Ooh, is that a person? Sort of sleeping quarters in there.
No queries are being answered at this time.
I can go in there. That's where the NPC is I'm supposed to talk to. He looked very young, by the way, to be the eldest one here. So if I had to guess... Oh, hello. Ada.
I still can't get over you. A visitor. Extraordinary.
Oh, so you're the one I already met, maybe? Yes. Working at a research station. So I think this is all going to center around whatever the plan is. There's going to be people who are true believers in the plan. People who are pragmatists. They believe in the plan in spirit, but also being pragmatic about the pursuit of the plan. You know, being willing to adapt, I guess would be a way to put it. And then there's the, what you call them, the rebels or the renegades, are people that want to abandon the plan. That's my prediction. But we're going to have to find out what the plan is for any of that to even be meaningful. There's Franklin. Well, let's go talk to Franklin in the next video. This is seems like a perfectly good stopping point for this video. We have done a lot of exciting stuff in this video, so you can't hate me for stopping things here. Next time we'll talk to Franklin. We'll continue to investigate what's going on here at the Crucible, what the deal is with this plan, what went wrong 3 years ago to cause apparently bloodshed and whatnot. And we'll probably be getting back to the main story soon. I don't have a lot of side stuff I want to do. I do want to do this side quest. But that's pretty much it. I want to do this side quest. There's a few other factions that I want to play through their stuff. It's really hard to judge how close I am to the end of the main story. But it feels like I don't want to leave it hanging for too long with all these unanswered questions about the Unity and the Starborn. So I think I do want to go to the moon. If not in the next video, then in the one after that. So we'll probably do the moon. We'll probably do the meeting with the members of Constellation at the lodge and talking about what we've learned about the Starborn. We'll probably do both of those things before we get back to doing another faction, like the Vanguard or Ryujin Industries. But I think Operation Starseed is a good little intermission before we dive right back into the main story stuff. And that's probably the only thing I'll do in that regard before we get back into it. But thank you, everyone, for watching. As always, I hope everyone is having just the most fantastic day today.